The fastest way to ruin a RAG system is to celebrate a better retriever too early.
Exactly. Hybrid retrieval can look stronger on paper, while the full answer quality stays flat or even gets worse, because you changed recall, ranking, and noise at the same time.
So when people say we added sparse plus dense and got a lift, your first question is, what exactly improved?
Right. Hybrid retrieval is not one thing. It is at least 3 bets. Did lexical matching rescue exact terms? Did semantic search rescue paraphrases? And did your fusion or re-ranking put the right chunks near the top?
Give me the concrete failure. Where does a team fool itself?
Say you support internal docs for an API. Users ask, how do I rotate a service account key? Dense retrieval finds chunks about credential security in general. Sparse retrieval catches the exact phrase, service account key. Hybrid looks amazing, because one query class suddenly works, but maybe 10 other query classes now pull in extra mere duplicates, and push the best chunk for rank 2 to rank 6.
And if your generator only reads top 3 chunks, rank 6 is basically dead.
That is the key tension. A retrieval gain is only real if it survives the rest of the pipeline. So test hybrid retrieval at both retrieval level and answer level.
Let us make that practical. What do you test first?
First, query coverage by type. Break your evaluation set into buckets: exact keyword queries, paraphrases, acronym-heavy queries, multi-hop constraints, recent terminology, and noisy user phrasing. Hybrid often wins unevenly. If you do not slice results, you will miss where the gain actually comes from.
So, not just one average score. You want the power map.
Yes. Second, test the retrieval stages separately. Measure dense alone, sparse alone, hybrid before re-ranking, and hybrid after re-ranking. Otherwise, the re-ranker gets credit for retrieval, or retrieval gets credit for a chunking change.
That sounds obvious, but teams still collapse it into one number because they are in a hurry.
And that is how you ship the wrong fix. Example, an e-commerce support bot handles refund policy questions. Hybrid improves top 20 recall because keyword matches pull policy pages. But answer accuracy does not move, because the chunk boundaries split the exceptions from the main rule. The real bottleneck was chunking, not retrieval.
So the gain came from one component, but the customer never feels it because another component blocks it.
Exactly. That is why you inspect metrics that reveal different failure modes. At retrieval level, look at recall at K, especially K values your generator actually consumes. Look at MRR or NDCG to see whether relevant chunks moved upward, not just somewhere into the candidate set.
Why both? A lot of people stop at recall.
Because hybrid can inflate recall by adding more somewhat relevant chunks, while ranking quality gets worse. If your model reads top 5, recall at 50 can improve, and users still lose. MRR and NDCG expose that ranking trade-off.
What else do you inspect beyond classic relevance metrics?
Inspect diversity and redundancy. How many of your top results are basically the same passage from mirrored docs, neighboring chunks, or boilerplate headers? Hybrid systems often over-reward popular terms and semantic neighbors together, which can collapse diversity.
So the winner in retrieval can become the loser in context assembly.
Yes. Practical example. In a healthcare policy assistant, the query is coverage for home sleep apnea testing. Sparse retrieval grabs exact policy language. Dense retrieval finds related diagnostic guidance. Hybrid returns 5 chunks, but 3 are copies of the same coverage paragraph. Recall looks fine. The answer misses the prior authorization condition, because the context window got wasted on duplicates.
That is brutal, because your dashboard says retrieval improved, while your users get a wrong answer with confidence.
Which is why answer-level evaluation matters. Track grounded answer correctness, citation support, and abstention quality. If retrieval gets broader, but the model hallucinates more or cites weaker evidence, that is not a net win.
I also want the why. When hybrid works, what usually deserves the credit?
Usually, one of 4 things. Exact term rescue, where sparse catches identifiers, error codes, product names. Paraphrase rescue, where dense finds the concept without the literal words. Better fusion, where combining scores fixes blind spots. Or better re-ranking, where the candidate pool got richer and the re-ranker finally had the right chunk to promote.
And if you cannot tell which of those happened, you cannot improve the next version.
Correct. Run ablations. Remove sparse, remove dense. Freeze fusion, freeze re-ranking. Keep chunking fixed. Then compare by query bucket. That tells you whether hybrid is solving exact match misses, semantic misses, or just compensating for weak ranking.
Give me one lean evaluation loop a small team could actually run every week.
Use a judged set of real queries, maybe a few hundred to start. Label relevant chunks, not just final answers. Slice queries into types. For each build, record recall at 5 and 20, MRR or NDCG at 10, duplicate rate in top K, and answer boundedness on the same queries. Then review the biggest winners and losers manually. The losers teach you where hybrid hurts.
So, the goal is not proving hybrid is better. It is locating where value appears, where it disappears, and who in the pipeline gets the credit.
Exactly. Evaluate hybrid retrieval like a chain of causes, not a magic feature. The teams that win are not the ones with more retrieval tricks. They are the ones who can say, with evidence, this query improved for this reason, and this answer got worse because of that trade-off.
That is the line then. If you cannot explain the game, you probably did not earn it.